They did what? When? How? Everybody calling my phone, blowing me up. What the fuck? What happened?
What if you found out the biggest rap battle of the year wasn't just about music, but about lawsuits, secret deals, and explosive accusations? Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on Drake and Kendrick Lamar's intense standoff. Once known as two of the industry's most magnetic stars, they've become embroiled in a courtroom drama so electrifying that fans are left reeling. Buckle up, because this saga isn't just about punchlines and lyrics, it's about pride, legal maneuvers, and the raw power of the music business. It all started when Drake, fresh off a loss in a rap battle he initiated, decided to take legal action against his own label, UMG. Most people were stunned. Why would a superstar like Drake sue the very conglomerate that helped launch him into global stardom? UMG fired back with a 25-page counterclaim, and let me tell you, it was anything but gentle. Their rebuttal practically mirrored Drake's tactics. They cited fan pages, quoted specific lyrics, and dug deep into social media threads. Yet they did so with methodical precision, instead of hype or hearsay. In one of their official statements, UMG declared, "Wanted all this while striving for it. This means you'll never hear for it, Drake." Successful Plaintiff is one of the most successful recording artists of all time, lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly participated instead of accepting the laws like the unbothered rap artist he often claims to be. He has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to solve his wounds. The plaintiff's complaint is utterly without merit and should be dismissed with prejudice. In essence, UMG called him a sore loser. They hammered home a crucial point. If Drake had triumphed in public perception, he wouldn't be taking them to court at all. And that bold language set the tone for the entire legal face-off. Long before the lawsuit, Drake had stoked tension by daring Kendrick Lamar to fire back. He teased Kendrick relentlessly on social media, hinting that he was ready at the push of a button with a response track rumored to be titled Family Matters. Fans waited, excited and edgy, wondering which artist would seize the upper hand. Then came the avalanche of disses. Both men hurled pointed lyrics and stinging jabs in their verses. For a while, it felt more like a sport. Who could craft the most jaw-dropping line? But everything changed when Drake released what UMG described as a tailor-made freestyle on Instagram. He used artificial intelligence to mimic the voices of Tupac Shakur and Snoop Dogg, aiming the track straight at Kendrick. In that AI-generated verse, he alluded to old rumors about Drake's alleged fascination with younger fans. The mood shifted from routine sparring to personal attacks, and from there, the hostility grew deeper by the day. By the time UMG and Drake entered a courtroom, the battle had escalated to a place no one had anticipated, citing each other's rap bars as potential evidence. Drake insisted that certain lines in Kendrick's music were defamatory. UMG countered that Drake's own lyrics were just as inflammatory. After all, Drake had referred to Kendrick as a wife-beating lowlife, claiming he fathered a hidden child with his partner and best friend Dave Free. UMG's lawyers argued that if Drake wanted to use songs as proof, then his own accusations could be used against him. They highlighted a lyric from Kendrick: "My body and soul, you need facts to take me out, fairy tales won't do it." For UMG, this line underscored a simple truth. Rap isn't an accurate record of reality. It's an art form often laced with exaggeration and metaphor. If Drake could sue over Kendrick's bars, then Kendrick, by the same logic, might sue Drake. It raised a crucial question. Should courts punish artistic hyperbole, especially when hip-hop has thrived for decades on lyrical bravado? What if these lyrics set a precedent that forever changes rap's creative freedom? That's the big worry. If Drake actually wins, critics fear it could embolden future lawsuits where any bold or edgy line could lead to legal trouble. Adding to the tension is a swirl of rumors about Drake's personal life. For years, speculations linked him to much younger female celebrities. Kendrick never named anyone in particular, but Drake brought up Millie Bobby Brown in The Heart Part 6, which some fans interpreted as a self-inflicted wound. Why mention a name that no one else had specifically used? UMG argued that Drake, by trying to muzzle Kendrick's lyrical freedom, is undercutting the very artistic expression that rap depends on. They cited actual malice, a term in defamation law that's notoriously difficult for public figures to prove. To them, Drake's evidence, like fan pages and bits from YouTube, wasn't going to hold up against cold, hard documents. They urged the court to see this lawsuit as a backlash from Drake, triggered by a bruised ego rather than actual defamation. Drake's troubles didn't stop in the courtroom. He planned a big tour through Australia and New Zealand, only to cancel the second half without much warning. Officials cited a scheduling conflict. Fans were furious. How does a global superstar suddenly have a conflict right in the middle of a tour? Speculation soared. Some believed ticket sales were disappointingly low, while others suggested that lingering tension from the Kendrick feud hurt Drake's image. Videos emerged showing seats that were far from packed. Meanwhile, Drake seemed to pop up at various parties and public appearances, causing more confusion than clarity. Online chatter spread like wildfire. Was he dodging smaller crowds? Was the lawsuit draining his energy? In a moment that drew attention, Drake accused the entertainment world of being fake. He lamented that friends and colleagues turned their backs on him. Public sympathy was split. Some saw him as genuinely hurt. After all, he's been a household name for years. Others accused him of fanning the drama to keep public interest alive. Could the rap beef intensify even further? Absolutely. On top of diss tracks and legal battles, Drake and Kendrick were locked in a fierce struggle on the music charts. Kendrick's single Luther soared to #1, overshadowing Drake's new album. Even though Drake's release had more tracks and heavier promotion, fans watched in disbelief as Kendrick's hits refused to slip down, generating huge streaming numbers week after week. But Drake wasn't about to let that slide. He claimed UMG paid for fake plays and orchestrated artificial spikes for Kendrick's music. Then, leaked information hinted that Drake's own team had poured cash into influencer campaigns, paying individuals to dance, lip-sync, and create random viral videos featuring Drake's songs. It was a mirror image of what he accused UMG of doing. That alone set off another wave of finger-pointing. Soon after, Drake zeroed in on iHeartRadio. He filed a petition suggesting the station had accepted shady payments, commonly known as payola, to promote Kendrick's single, Not Like Us. Once again, that ended with a quiet settlement, showing iHeartRadio was innocent of the allegations and costing Drake any chance to reignite the issue later. Have you ever spotted suspicious streaming spikes? Let's talk about it down below. In the age of social media, it didn't take long for fans on both sides to start clashing. Drake loyalists, often labeled Duck Riders, swarmed Twitter, Reddit, and TikTok, pushing narratives that framed their idol as a victim of an industry conspiracy. At the same time, Kendrick's supporters mocked these theories, celebrating what they saw as a decisive victory for their hero. But the digital feuding went beyond mere trash talk. Some individuals resorted to doxing, while others issued threats in private messages and public comments. One fan, devoutly on Kendrick's team, even live-streamed from a spot where she claimed she'd confront anyone bold enough to show up and fight. It was a disturbing example of how a music feud, no matter how entertaining, could escalate to dangerous extremes. Fans everywhere paused to question, have we gone too far? Is it worth risking personal safety over two people who, in reality, probably wouldn't condone such behavior from strangers? The feud had sparked an online battle reminiscent of high-stakes TV drama, except there was no script or director, just real tension that spilled off the stage and into everyday life. Drake's failed petition against iHeartRadio might be a sign of what's coming in his bigger war with UMG. If he hopes to prove UMG defamed him or rigged charts, he'll need ironclad proof, something that legal analysts say seems unlikely. Defamation law holds public figures to a high standard. They have to show actual malice, and UMG's well-prepared documents suggest they're confident Drake cannot meet that burden. The iHeartRadio dust-up settled with prejudice, meaning Drake can't revisit the matter. Legal experts predict his showdown with UMG might head in the same direction. After all, if evidence of payola or malicious intentions actually existed, it would have emerged by now. So here we are, watching two major forces in hip-hop, a global superstar and a powerhouse label, tangle in a feud that has transcended rap verses. Drake used to praise UMG for boosting his career, and now he's locked horns with them in court. Meanwhile, Kendrick seems to be riding a wave of triumph, tallying #1 hits and enjoying a dramatic boost to his reputation. Fans are left to speculate. Will Drake manage to turn this around, or is he torching the trust that once fueled his success? This conflict raises pivotal questions about free speech in rap. Should every heated lyric be placed under a magnifying glass in court, or is it all part of an art form that thrives on rivalry and creativity? Furthermore, the spectacle on social media suggests that fans might be taking their loyalty too far. Nobody should lose sleep or risk safety over a debate between millionaires who make their living in an industry known for spectacle. If you've made it this far, share your thoughts. Do you see an end in sight? One certainty stands out. Drake's legal gambit has reignited the very drama he was, perhaps, trying to hush. The cancelled Australian tour dates, the swirling rumors, and the inflamed fan bases have cast a fresh spotlight on what may have otherwise faded from the news cycle. Only time will tell if this gamble pays off or leaves one of hip-hop's biggest names struggling to reclaim his towering legacy. So keep those eyes open, because in the music realm, especially rap, these feuds never truly die. They evolve, shift, and sometimes explode again when we least expect it. Whatever the outcome, this moment will stand as a cautionary tale. The line between rap's theatrical bravado and real-world consequences can vanish in an instant. And once it does, the fallout can be colossal. Hit subscribe if you're eager for more stories breaking down the wildest hip-hop showdowns.